Here's an example of what happens if you go too far with it, though.
Technique number 3. Be aware of crossing the axis and screen direction.
Let's say we were shooting a man on a rifle range. Let's say this man was firing his rifle this way at a target over there. Let's say you were shooting video of me. I am the rifleman. I am aiming at a target over here. You shoot me from over there. It looks like on the video screen that I am aiming in that direction. Then in your excitement, you decide to walk around me, and you're going to come over here now, and you're going to take another shot of me, maybe a close-up of me pulling the trigger, okay, from there. Now what's it going to look like? Which direction on the screen is it going to look like the gun is suddenly aiming? The opposite direction. It totally screws up the screen continuity, and it confuses the viewer, and they say, whoa, what happened here? It looks like, especially, for example, if there was an audience back there, and suddenly the gallery is watching, and suddenly instead of the guy looking like he's aiming his gun at his target, in the next shot it looks like he decided to take some pot shots at the people in the gallery. This is the kind of confusion that can arise.
At a church, with one camera on the altar and the other camera on the balcony, the bride and groom appear to flip-flop.
Did you get that? Watch the position of the bride and groom. The groom is on the left. The bride is on the right. That's because we're on the altar. This view is from the balcony, on the opposite side of the axis, relative to the first camera. The apparent flip-flop of the subjects can be confusing to the viewer.
Crossing the axis can be done deliberately for a dramatic effect.
The vehicle appears to be coming toward the camera, and in the next shot it's going away. You've probably seen shots in movies where an airplane is taking off, and you see it kind of coming right at you, and the next shot it's going away from you. And the angle has actually been crossed right across the 180-degree line to produce that effect. Once again, if it's used knowledgeably and sensibly, it's fine. But when it's used accidentally or not knowledgeably, it can be confusing.
Here's another example of crossing the axis, which works effectively.
Whereby I fold the compass over like this, and I'm actually looking in the mirror on the top here, sighting through the sight at the same time and turning myself until I'm getting the proper bearing, and then I'm sighting through this little hole here, just like the sights on a gun.
Okay, you see what happened was at first the shot was taken from in front, then it was taken from behind, but on purpose because we wanted to convey that sense of sighting where he's sighting through the compass.
It's important to maintain a sense of screen direction as you change angle and scale.
He found the head. He stuck it on top of the body he'd found earlier and called the combination a Brontosaurus. And you know why this is very exciting for the zoo?
She's looking at the kids, and the kids are looking at her. She looks like she's facing one direction, and the kids look like they're facing right back at her. But it's possible, again, in your excitement, if you were doing something like this, to shoot the kids from another angle where they would be facing on screen the same way she is. So it would look like she is lecturing to them, and it would look like they are listening to her with their backs to her. But by deliberately choosing the right shots and putting them in sequence, logically following one another the way we do, we have her facing this way and the kids facing that way. It's again all part of having good continuity in your video. Same here. See, everyone is in the right spatial position, whereas it's possible by walking around the other side of these people, you could have shot it and crossed the axis, and it would have looked like suddenly the wrong people were staring the wrong direction at each other. A lot of this material is covered very well in this book, so if some of you want to get more involved in continuity, the book is called the Bare Bones Camera and Film Course. Whether you're doing film or whether you're doing video, it doesn't matter. The principles are the same. And there's a lot of sketches that show the kind of problems you can run into when you break these rules.